Yes, welcome back to Hot Topics. I'm Jeff Ajamai with Home Life Miracle and House of Trade, bringing you the most talked about real estate news stories of the week. First, I want to plug the houseoftrade.ca website, specifically the Mobile Age of Real Estate blog. Find it on the houseoftrade.ca website. We go into a bunch of technology trends happening in North America with technology and real estate, how it's changing the real estate process and our environment. Also, check out the House of Trade application with over 20 plus years of real estate sales data available for iOS and Android. You can also find that down below in the description. Check those out, houseoftrade.ca website, description down below. Let's jump into it. And the second topic I wanted to jump into is around open houses. This is a story that came from the Star, and its headline was Open Houses Still Rule in the Digital Age. The basic idea of the story is that it asks a very forward question. Is there still value in having an open house if you're a realtor and a home seller? So I think these are two different questions. So one person that they decided to tap for some answers when it comes to this question is Pauline Onger. She's the former president of the Canadian Real Estate Association, and she says, quote, "Absolutely. Unlike on Amazon where you buy a book or on Wayfair where you buy a Chesterfield, I don't know what that is, houses are about the touch and feel and seeing the product. Very often the open house has a bunch of opportunities. One for the buyers because they can quickly go through the house and there's a scheduled time." I agree with her on one point where she says, when you're looking for real estate, it's about the touch and feel. It's a little, yes, there's new technology that allows us to streamline seeing properties, so we can always see homes whenever we want with virtual tours. We can also see them using 3D technology, VR, etc. So there's a bunch of different ways for us to see the property. I don't think that open houses are an effective selling tool. And this is me speaking from personal experience because I've been a realtor for the last 5 years in the GTA. I've held a lot of open houses in Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, and the St. Lawrence markets, High Park. I've held it in different areas of Brampton, Orangeville. So I have experience with open houses, and I can say from my experience, I have never actually had a buyer through one of these open houses. Usually we get buyers through people that have come and seen the units when they've booked showings, right? So that's something I'll touch on after as well. But if you want to touch on some data, for example, according to the National Association of Realtors, this is in the United States, in 2018, only 3% of buyers in 2018 visited open houses. 3% of buyers in 2018 visited open houses. That's a very low number. I don't see how that low number actually translates into more sales for realtors. And there's a few reasons for it. So, like I said, I've held a lot of open houses, never had a buyer through it. So you got to ask yourself, when you're having an open house, who are you trying to attract? You're hoping to try and obviously get a buyer for the property, right? That's the end goal. But when you have an open house, likely what you're going to be getting are a lot of nosy neighbors that are just trying to come and see the neighbor's property, compare theirs with their neighbors, see some of the finishes, and actually maybe they have a plan to list their property in the future. They just want to see, hey, what is Joe selling his house for, and why is he selling it for X number of dollars? So you got a lot of those. You also have people that are just passing by, just visiting. Maybe they're driving by the area and they see your open house sign on the main corner, and they just want to say, you know what, let's pass by and see what's available, something to pass the time, right? So I've had a lot of people like that just, they're not even really interested in buying. They just want to see the house because they're interested. Real estate's a very interesting topic, and it's something that people are always thinking of or having at least in the back of their mind. So you got people that are just visiting. You get some realtors that want to come by and maybe just scope out the competition and see, okay, what's this property selling for? I've got a listing down the street that's going for X number. You're selling for X number above ours. Oh, what's the difference, right? So you got realtors that want to come by and see as well. And it also attracts first-time buyers as well that are looking for ideas and may not be looking for that specific property to buy, but they want to get an idea of the neighborhood, the community, the neighbors that are there, and the type of properties that they can actually get in those areas. These are some of the people that you have that come by open houses. You get very few actual motivated buyers that come through open houses, and the reason why is because if you are a motivated buyer, you're going to see the property likely before it even goes, or before an open house is even held. If you're a motivated buyer and a property comes to market on Monday, open house is not until Saturday or Sunday, you're going to try and see it on the Monday or on the Tuesday because you want to find something to buy. You don't want to deal with competition. You want to find something to buy. You're motivated. You also have access to a realtor that's going to give you access to the property anytime you want to see it. So an open house is not an effective selling tool from my perspective for a few of those reasons. So if those are the people that you're attracting to an open house, so then who does an open house really benefit? Does it benefit the seller? Does it benefit the buyer? Or does it actually benefit the realtor? And that's the real case. It benefits the realtor. And I know this because, like I said, I've been in the market, or I've been in the game for about 5 years. And I know that it's a great opportunity to market yourself. You put your signs on different corners, try and draw attention to your name, your brand, so that they come to your open house and see you and see what you have available for sale. Great opportunity to market yourself, attract potential new clients, because our business is always trying to generate new business. We have to generate new business to survive, right? So we're going to try and generate new potential clientele through open houses. So sometimes that can create a conflict because you're there to sell the home, but you're also there attracting new clientele. That can be a little bit of an issue to the seller that wants you to focus on trying to sell your home to the buyers that are trying to come through. And another reason why, let's say, it benefits realtors is because it helps make the seller happy when they see that work is being done. Now, oftentimes, sellers don't get to see the inner workings of how things are happening in real estate or with the sale of their home, but an open house is actually a way that they can see you doing something as an agent, right? Instead of just putting the listing up on the MLS and hoping that someone gives you a call. So it helps make the sellers happy by showing that work is being done to sell the property. But from my perspective, like I said, open houses are not a great use of time. We had an open house a couple of weeks ago in Orangeville, and we did not have many people come through. The buyer that ended up buying the unit saw the units with their realtor a few days after the open house. They didn't even bother to come to the open house itself. They saw it sometime after. Same day they put it in an offer, home was sold the day after. So I mean, if a motivated buyer is going to buy the property when they want to see and they can see the property when they want to see it, anytime they want to see it, because they have access to it. An open house it was something that was valuable probably in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. But when you have the internet where you can see a unit or see a home anytime you want, and then you have access to realtors where you can go and see a property anytime you want, it's not that great of a selling tool. But it's a good marketing opportunity for realtors. So for agents out there, do a lot of open houses. I did a lot, especially in my first couple of years. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below. This is always a discussion. Also stay tuned for Hot Market. We're bringing that another episode 3 for season 2 is coming out next week. Hot Market's coming out for next week. Stay tuned for that. Like, share, subscribe, comment down below. We're going to see you next week. Peace.